the little Madison Point. The true triangular artifact. What you find here in Missouri. And they're also found through parts of Illinois, I believe some in Oklahoma and Kansas. A Midwestern point. This one, right here in the middle, is one of my first Madisons. It is so thin, when you turn it sideways, it about disappears. I don't think it's meant to be translucent material either, but it is so thin that the sun just glows right through it. I might throw a picture of it up towards the end just so you can really see how it glows. Hopefully the lighting in here is really good and you can see the flaking on these really good. As to how in the world they ever got flaking to go all the way across something that thin is just beyond me. And I don't know why, or whoever back in the day decided to call all these little bitty arrowheads out here in the Midwest and some other parts of the country bird points, because they weren't most likely shot at just birds, which they probably ate large game birds such as turkeys, but I'm sure a lot of these were put on arrows, killed rabbits, squirrels, deer even. This one here comes from the second shelter we ever dug in. Mostly uniface on this side except for around the tip area. This is one of, they're all my favorites, but I really love this little guy right here. It's all pink and purple and just amazing flaking on it. Oops. They're so little they're hard to hold on to, which he's pretty thin too. Hopefully the lighting's good in here, because my house faces the north and northeast, so we don't never get no direct sunlight through the window except in the middle of summertime. And this one here, except for just having some very tiny edge work, it's basically just a flake. But there's a little bitty piece of outer core left on this outside edge right there. See, it's there's all uniface on it. Well, they're so little they're hard to hold on to. Now this one right here, this thing here has some incredible flaking on it. I'll never forget the day I found this. I was actually digging in a spot in the field where I'd found a couple big points at way before my accident, and I'd seen something a few feet away from me, and I crawled over there to look at it, and it was a little broken arrowhead. And I looked up, and about a foot away laid this little Madison. Oop, we disturbed the circle. And they say Madisons are supposed to be an unnotched Cahokia point. But I've seen a lot of Madisons in a lot of collections. I think they're made just the way they are. Cool little point. We ain't doing a video over just because of that. Now this one has some cool flaking to it. Almost has like a little serrated edge on that side of it there. Oh, come on, flip over for us. This side it's uniface except for the edges are finely worked. That's why it just, man, like ones like these where the guy flaked both sides. Man, you know he was a master napper compared to this guy. And I could only get flaking on the one sides and just a little bit of edge work. This one here has a really cool tip to it. There's just a little bit of uniface spot to it. Rest of it's all flaked. Such a cool Madison. Here's another one. Hasn't been a lot of videos of a lot of guys out hunting, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw this one up. I still have another creek hunt or two I need to put together. I want to say thanks to everybody for their views and comments, and all the people commenting that I didn't even know was subscribed, leaving comments on the last few vids. The ones I always wonder about are the ones that watch and never comment. Especially when you're in the 600 views or 1,000 views. Just killer. And there's another little killer sticker right here. Does it show that little shine of quartz pocket in there? And these are all thin. And this one, uniface on the back side except for the edge work. And a lot of these are from the Big C, except that one I mentioned come from the second shelter I dug in. This one's out of the Little C. This one here is out of the Little C. And this one we're up here we're about to get to. It's from the Little C. Rest of them's all from the Big C of dirt. I always love how this one has that little, oh come on, focus in. A little red ear hooked off of it there. It's all pink, except for that one ear that sticks out there past it. It's red. Cool little one. And this is our littlest one here. Check him out. He fits inside that one basically. He's so little. Maybe I'll focus on it better if I pick him up. I mean, if I can get this, he fits inside your thumbnail. Almost thought about getting my Indian head nickel out, or buffalo nickel, but oops. I don't like doing what everybody else does or what somebody else does. We always try to do things differently. I've always been that way. Man, this one's so little I can't even hang on to it. Look at that one. It about disappears too. I mean, it is so thin. It's missing a little bit of a tip, but this one's basically flaked on both sides. This has one little spot in it, and it's more like just a great big flake scar coming out of it. But that's the reason why I started always doing the intros and the endings and the pictures and, oh, I guess you could call it the fancy editing. It's just using Windows Movie Maker and adding music. And I love using guys like David R. Miracle and how can I forget the other guy's name? Feel so bad for forgetting his name. I don't want to go digging for the CDs, but you know, I'm part Native American by about a third, and I think it's just another way that I show my honor to them, which all these come from your Mississippian era, which was basically your last Stone Age tool makers before the historic age came along, which these would mostly be from like 600 years old to 1500, 2000 years old. I hope that shows that color, because, man, they are just phenomenal. That one there with its wonderful purple. And they're all pink. The Happy Madison. Well, I hope you enjoyed this segment of our little triangles. The true triangular Birdpoint. And we have some other ones. I had thought about digging them out. Because like this one over here. This one here is a Hamilton from our brother Jonesy. And we have some other ones too. This one here is from Appalachian Dan. Some of these are Fort Ancients and some are Hamiltons. I'm not quite sure. There's a couple others hiding up in there. Thought I'd show those. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we all get to do some hunting soon. We need lots of rain. Lots of rain.